Hey guys, it's John from physicalliving.com, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you a 3-step progression for learning the Shinbox exercise, which is a great ground-based mobility drill for your hips and your lower back. And it's also just a practical movement skill that comes with a lot of different benefits. It's one of those great bang for your buck mobility and movement drills. So I'm going to teach you a beginner, intermediate, and advanced level exercise. Before I get to those, I got to show you what a Shinbox is so you kind of see where we're heading. So if you're sitting Indian style, just extend one leg forward, swoop it out to your side, and then curl it in until you make a box with your shins. You'll have your front shin resting on the outside of your shin, outside of your knee, and on the rear, you're going to be on the inside of your shin, on the inside of your knee. And if you've never done this before, it's probably a really awkward, uncomfortable position. There's probably a lot of tension in your hips and in your knees. So feel free to put a hand down for support in the back for as much as you need. And it also, on this rear leg, it might be more comfortable if you extend your toes, point your toes, and roll over onto the top of your foot. That's going to put a little bit less strain on your hip and on your knee. So if you're feeling a lot of tension, a little bit of pain, go ahead and roll over the top of your foot, point your toes. But if you can, and eventually you should try to work up to flexing the foot, pulling the toes up towards your shin, and trying to keep that inside ankle in contact with the floor. So this is your basic Shinbox position. Once you're here, so 3 things you want to keep in mind. 1, of course, maintaining your posture. Try and lift with the crown of your head to lengthen your upper spine up. Pack your shoulders down. Make sure they're relaxed on your torso. You're not slouching or shrugging forward or anything. You also want that front knee to be in contact flush with the ground. And the most important thing to keep in mind in the Shinbox position is what to do with your opposite side sits bone. So if your left knee is your lead leg, then your right sits bone, basically your right bum cheek, needs to be in contact with the ground or as close to it as possible. And if this is your first time trying the exercise, your hips might be really rotated, might be really high off the ground, might be a few inches. It might seem like that's just impossible. Just keep practicing the exercises, shave away the tension. It will lower with time, and that's probably the most important point of this exercise, is trying to keep that rear sits bone down in contact with the ground. So that's your Shinbox position. Now let's see how we can use it. So first exercise I'm going to teach you, the beginner level, is called the windshield wiper. You're going to get set up in this kind of reclining position with your hands for support, feet about shoulder width apart, knees bent at about a 90-degree angle or so. You can experiment with different lengths to see what feels best for you. And all you're going to do here is, keeping your feet in the same position, you're going to rotate your legs inside and outside like a windshield wiper on your car. And you want to go as far down as you can while maintaining that rear sits bone contact. And also without stressing the inside of your knee. So if you start going down and you're feeling a lot of tension on the inside of your knee, on that leg that's rotating internally, you want to only go as far as you can perform it without pain. A little discomfort's okay, but you want to stay away from pain. But other than that, you just perform the windshield wiper inside, outside, and going all the way down till your knees contact the ground, if you can. So pretty self-explanatory, not too complicated, but really, really good for your hips and your lower back. And you could spend your whole life practicing that probably and get a lot of benefit out of it. So that's level 1. Level 2 is the actual Shinbox switch. So what we're going to be doing is starting in one Shinbox, and you guessed it, ending in the other Shinbox. And you can do this one with your hands for support too. I want you to transition seamlessly between all these exercises. They should, they all build off of one another. So put your hands for support, rotate your legs up until you're back in this reclining position, and then rotate them down to the other side, resuming that opposite side Shinbox. So again, good posture, lead knee down, and that opposite side sits bone down close to the ground. Other thing to keep in mind here is you want to exhale while you're making the switch, because your lungs will get a little bit compressed in this position, and it's just easier to let the air out when your lungs are a little bit more compressed. So you're going to inhale up and exhale to switch. Inhale up, exhale to switch. Inhale up. So that's the Shinbox Switch. You can perform it with hand support or without. Once you can do the Shinbox Switch, I want you to move into a Shinbox extension. So all you're going to do from the Shinbox position is lift and lean forward, lift and extend your hips, and press them all the way forward. Most important thing is tucking your tailbone underneath in front of you. Really want to reach your tailbone underneath. You do that by imagining that your pelvis is a bowl and trying to tip water out the back side of your bowl. So you just tuck that tailbone underneath. Maintain good posture, reach with the crown, contract your glutes, contract your core, draw your belly in, and get into that top position. You can either hold this for time to get a stretch out of it, or you can alternate between the two. So you just go into your Shinbox Switch, exhale up, tuck your tailbone underneath, maintain good posture, squeeze your glutes, tighten your core, exhale across. You also want to exhale while you go into this Shinbox extension position. So I'll just show you a few reps. And again, you can do it without the hands for support. So those are your 3 exercises, all centered around the Shinbox. This is a great exercise, highly recommended. Feel free to use it liberally to improve your health, your fitness, your performance, and your quality of life. So I'm John Sifferman from physicalliving.com. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Please let me know how you liked the video. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Share it with your friends. Just give me the feedback that I need to keep making these videos in line with what you're looking for in the future. So thank you very much again. Take care.